What's the big old deal? We back, and it's the dark side of Rich Heart. You know what that mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm without the lovely princess of the pod, but you know it's the dark side, so we about to get into it. And today, it ain't straight politicking, but I'm straight politicking today. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get on a touchy subject that be, circulating through the metaverse about breaking the code, about snitching, about informing, whatever words you want to use with this, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna kick it off, but before I kick it off, I want to touch on two things. Cause in the past, I don't know where I did it at, whether it been a podcast or on just a Instagram post. What I did was when I was talking, referring to WAC 100, I was talking about all the rats that he didn't deal with. And during mentioning that list, I mentioned Blue Da Vinci, and they probably never even reached his ears though. But as being a real ninja, you know what I mean, I'm gonna apologize because I believe I might have been wrong in this situation. You know what I'm saying? I might have, I might not though. But the recent things I've been hearing, like I feel like I might have been wrong though. So you know what I'm saying? If Blue see this, hopefully he do. My bad on that one. You know what I mean? You know how this internet work. And then number two, let me see. I got this thing circulating around the internet where they took something I said out of context. I went on Master Key podcast with my boy Perryon. And I said something that was meant to be taken as a figure of speech, where I said I kicked somebody when they was down. And maybe 4 or 5 people reacted to it. But one of the people that reacted to it was Young Ant. And on YouTube, he referred to himself as Young Ant Hefe. You know what I'm saying? So during him reacting, people was in his comments calling him a dry snitch or whatever, and he opened the police. But I think that might have been a little bit of my fault because during what I said with the figure of speech, I said literally. I kicked him while he was down literally. So it might, you know what I'm saying, seem like I did it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm here to say I don't believe that. I don't know all the other people that did reactions, but him, I know the man ain't a snitch, and he took that one word I said, you know what I'm saying, like he should have took it because I said the word literally, and he reacted to it, you know what I'm saying? And just based on his character, I know the dude far from that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give him that respect to clear that up because a little quick story. I got subpoenaed down to come down from the penitentiary. I come down to the county jail. I'm on the 5,000 floor. I go in there, some ops in there, per usual. That's how I go. And I guess across the way, a dude from the rival was like, "Oh, Munchie over there, get him." My boy Bam Bam from BPS, he here. Over here, what he talking about? Like, get the homie. So I guess during pill call, when they's going out, the door come open, homie Bam Bam from BPS come in. Young Ant, homie from Brims. And Bam Bam was coming over there checking, make sure I was straight. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that Young Ant came along with him, maybe like, okay, Bam Bam, my boy, I'm going to push with him. I appreciate the gesture, you know what I'm saying? Everything was cool with me anyway, but just the fact that he came, he's a real ninja, you know what I'm saying? And I know his resume, his repertoire, far from a snitch, so that got taken out of context, you know what I'm saying? And this whole little segment is about tattletale snitches and holding your, you know what I'm saying, keeping your morals, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and another thing we've been touching on, the last straight politic, me, Spotterload, Alex Alonso, on and off, me and Alex, we got this conversation about forgiveness, you know what I'm saying? And then, I feel a way about people that tell and then whether they should be forgiven and things like that. And my stance be snitches, they separate people from their families, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of friends that, you know what I'm saying, like they was without a father because their father was locked up, not taking away the things that they fathers did, whether they did wrong or not. But you know what I mean, somebody aided them to be sitting there for the duration of their time, you know what I'm saying, or for maybe for the rest of their life. And I never felt that, you know what I'm saying? So my things with people that cooperate and tell you taking them away from their family, you know what I'm saying? So that will lead me into this first clip, man. Straight politicking with me, Alex Alonso, my boy Spider, and we was discussing the subject matter of telling, and then reoccurring the forgiveness thing. And this is what I had to say about it. No. I'm talking direction.
No, you mind. Go ahead.
No,
Talk your shit.
No, but I'm saying snitches separate men and women from their families, bro. And then he got 2 sons he was absent for years.
You always say it like that. So no matter how you thought you want to give a nigga pass, when you talk about that separation from your family,
Not for real.
there's no pass.
No, the damage was incredible.
Yes, it's nothing.
But I mean, if we're both children of God and spiritual beings, forgiveness is always on the table.
And needing forgiveness ourselves.
Giving forgiveness and receiving forgiveness. Have you watched my Joker interview
All right,
from A-Trade?
there you go. There.
Keep seeing it.
Hey, and everybody go check out the interview. I think it's on, I don't know what, part 13 with Joker, Mr. Shakur, and Alex Alonso, man. And that's the definition of forgiveness. If y'all ain't up on that, man, he committed a murder back in his day. The rivals came back, killed his mother and his 15-year-old brother. And, you know what I mean, he did his time, came home, and he on a different path, you know what I'm saying? And he forgive, you know what I'm saying, the the people that did it. You know what I mean? He know he done wrong, and he on a positive path now. So that's all brought up in that conversation of forgiveness. But it's crazy, right? Cause after we recorded that episode of Straight Politicking, I go home, I'm up and down YouTube, I'm scrolling. Then I bump into something with FG. So I'm like, okay. And if y'all not familiar with FG was on Streets and Scholars for a brief moment with Alex Alonso, you know what I mean? And let me click on this. So when I clicked on it, I'm like, okay, he said something that equated to what I said. Like, so I'm like, damn, that's without me even talking to him. And then the subject matter was him when we was talking about it on Straight Politicking about the person that got told on. So let's run that clip.
You know, it was more like I was disappointed because a homie of mine, you know, went to work for him and laid me down like that. Now the effects that it took, like I say if I was taking my grandmother to dialysis every week, say if, you know, not to mention my kids, I have a lot of kids, man. They depended on me in so many areas, you know, emotionally, spiritually, you know, financially, you know what I mean? All that got took away when the homie, you know, did this. You know, my kids and my wife and my family, it was affected more than me.
There it go. And I stumbled across that after, you know what I'm saying, our episode. So I'm like, okay, I nailed it. And that was the case. That was who was mostly affected in his situation. So that's what that be. I know they it's this thing, respect the shooter and all that. And all that. That ain't really the case, you know what I'm saying? And I know victims, they go through what they go through. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm glad they came with the law where you a certain age and they know that you wasn't, what is it, age 25? I might be off, but you know what I'm saying? The maturity level, your brain not fully matured at this level. And they took that into consideration. They letting like certain juveniles, not saying this the case with him, but they letting certain juveniles go because, you know, they brain wasn't fully developed and they wasn't thinking it. You know what I mean? And maybe later on in life, they wouldn't have made the same decisions. So that's where I'm at when it comes to these people that be informing and telling and all that. You gotta let the police do their job. You know what I mean? I believe if you innocent, leave them alone. Don't bother nobody innocent. Don't victimize people that's innocent and things like that. Cause you gotta expect them to do what they do. Of course they gonna, you know what I'm saying? They gonna tell. They not subscribed to the street. But due to the meat and potatoes is about FG. You know what I'm saying? One of the dudes I was introduced to the internet through StreetTV, and he talked about his case with James McDonald. You know what I mean? And James McDonald, he did his thing on him, man. You know what I'm saying? So what we about to do is we'll get my good people's FG on the line, and you know what I'm saying, I got some questions for him and shit relating to this. You know what I mean? There we go.
Just go right into it. I already texted him.
Hello.
FG.
Hey, what's going on, homie?
Oh shit, what's the big old deal, man?
Oh, it's all good. Just hopped off that freeway, man. It's a beautiful day in LA, so I had to come on out and get some of the sun. What's going on with it?
All right, nah, cause you know you've been the subject matter in the recent weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
And it was timely, right? Cause oh yeah, look, before I get into that, they missing you on Streets and Scholars, bro. I filled in that one time. The comments had me feeling not welcome. They was like, man, where FG at? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
FG
I
got to
had a
get
good
back.
time over there. Yeah, nah, no doubt, man, no doubt.
All
What's
right.
happening on your end though?
Hey, nah, cause me, Spider, and Alex, we just recently did an episode of Straight Politicking,
Uh,
and you know, recently Timmy Ru he did an interview, and then on top of that, we've been having this discussion about forgiveness. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So we like, you know, of course he might forgive his brother or whatever how it go, but you know, I was saying FG nah, and the reason why I was saying that, like, bro, this snitch thing, they separate people from their families, right?
Mm-hmm.
Later on that night, I'm scrolling on YouTube. I don't know if this is an old interview and they recycled it, but I see AGTV, shout out to them. And
Uh-huh.
then the opening of it, you expressed how, man, your family went through it more than you did, separated you from your kids, your wife, you know what
Hell
I'm saying?
yeah,
So
no doubt.
I wanted you to expound on that a little bit, and then I got a couple more questions.
Well, you know, homie, at the same time, the first thing I heard you tapped on, you said something about forgiveness, homie. You know what I mean? And the whole thing about it is, I mean, for me, I can't forgive a rat, homie. You know what I mean? I mean, I can move on with my life and go do other shit, homie, get my life together, take care of my family, but I can't forgive a rat, homie, period. That's just how it is. You know, yeah, I might not jump out on him at the light or, you know, jump out on the rat at the light or see him at the mall and just take flight. But at the same time, homie, it ain't never no forgiveness for me. You know
Right.
what I mean? You know, cause like you say, homie, my motherfucker, like I say, my kid to this day, homie, is one of my sons damaged for them and shit. Because by the time I came home, he was banged. You know what I mean? And you know, now he done been to the pen a couple times, so it's a cycle, homie. Now I'm not trying to say I wasn't doing nothing wrong, but at the same time, when a motherfucker snitch on you, homie, when you got a rat, let the police do their job. But at the same time, it ain't no forgiveness, homie. You know, it's just like you say, you go on and live your life. You know what I mean? And I don't give a fuck if it's your uncle, your brother, your son, your daddy. And I mean, you know, you can't give a motherfucker because that shit hurt, homie. You know what I mean? You
Right.
might not do nothing, but I can't forgive a motherfucker, homie. You know what I mean? You know.
No. I feel like, hey, and it's crazy because I know your two sons too, though. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
so,
you
so,
know, so you already know, you know what I mean? I could have put it, I'm gonna be honest with you, if I was home, homie, I would have had a close rein on them, homie. They probably wouldn't have went in that direction. You know what I mean? You know, and don't get me wrong, like I say, man, these are kids, you know, from my perspective, you know, you always want better for yours, homie. So he interrupted that and any motherfucker that snitch on a motherfucker, that's on the back end of it. His mama hurt, his wife hurt, his kids hurt. It don't just hurt to do, you know, we can go do that time, we gangsters.
right.
But at the same time, on the back end, man, them kids, homie, at school, they daddy ain't a show and tell. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a whole lot of shit that go on the back end that people be like, oh, you know, it ain't nothing, no, it's something, homie. You know what I mean? And I can't forgive a rat, homie. You know what I mean? Just to be honest with you.
Okay, so when you came home, I mean, you're a household name as far as the east side of Compton, period. So east side Peru, period. I'm pretty sure you had a relationship with Munchie, him, and Timmy Ru. So
Yeah,
what?
no doubt.
So once you came home, how was your relationship with Timmy Ru? Was y'all like, how was that?
Homie, me and Timmy didn't talk for years, and it wasn't like it was no problem. It was just more or less like, I mean, homie, I mean, everybody knew what went on, homie. You know what I mean? And let me be honest with you. Timmy was hurt as well, homie, because you know that was his brother. Taught him how to be a gangster. Looked up to him. Used to be a household name back in the day. So when his brother snitched, that's just like my brother snitched. Hold on, we supposed to be out here keeping the code 100. I'd rather for you just walk away and go do whatever you gonna do, but you gonna snitch. It make the whole family look bad. You know what I mean? You know, and the homie, you know, and then me and Timmy Ru, we just really sit down, homie, not too long ago, homie. But it's always been love. It's just, I mean, goddamn, you know what I mean? You know, so Timmy was heard his motherfucker well, homie, that damn, bro, you gonna fuck up the family name, homie, on that type of shit. You know what I mean? You know, so. But me and Timmy good. We A1, homie. To be honest with you, me and Timmy good.
Oh, so
You know, but
so y'all recently had a chance to talk in the recent years.
man, we had a chance to talk, homie. Man, matter of fact, homie, I ran into Timmy, homie, about shit. It's been about 5 months, homie, 4, 5 months running to Timmy, homie. And we finally sit down, homie. You know what I mean? And it wasn't nothing but love. We knew that, but at the same time, you know, and then don't forget, you know what I mean? There's a whole lot of beefing going on over there in Compton. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, Timmy a reputable over there in the mob, homie. You know what I mean? You know, I am where I'm from, homie. So it was more than just the James shit. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of politics. You know what how the beefing is over there. You know what I mean? And even though me and Timmy come up together, like that's my dog. Like we really put work in together. I ain't put work in with a whole lot of my homies, but Timmy, man, we done did some shit. You know what I mean? So, homie, you can't forget that love as well. So, you know, we finally sit down, homie. It really wasn't nothing but all love. But sometimes you don't be knowing how the next homie feeling. You know what I mean? So he wouldn't know how I was feeling. I didn't know how he was feeling. But the love always been there, homie, and it's still there to this day. To be honest with you, you know what I mean?
Hey, so that East Side friction, it rolled over to y'all generation also.
No, it wasn't in my generation. I held that shit together, to be honest with you. And like I say, homie, I'm never trying to toot my horn or do nothing like that, homie. But really, the bottom fell out that motherfucker when I left. You know what I mean? Because some funk with the homies. I'm gonna get the little homies who beef, and we gonna go over here. If anything, they're gonna run some fades, homie, and that's gonna be that. You know what I mean? Ain't none of that gunplay, ain't none of that. You know, we can squab all day long, but that extra shit when the gunplay happened and ain't no G's over to step up and squash that shit. Like, hold on, homie, these homies, we ain't finna do that. You know what I mean? Then you know the newer generation, homie, you know they gonna pop their pistol. They don't give a who it is. You know what I mean? So to be honest with you, homie, I really believe that beef, if I was on that beef, wouldn't be here, you know, like it is right now, homie. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, it's getting better though. I'm gonna keep it 100, homie. It ain't as much friction, you know. It's still, you know, but it you know, it didn't got better though, homie. You know what I mean? Because I'm still homies over there. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay, and then another thing, I heard you say, you wouldn't have said nothing if he wouldn't have brung your name up. So that brung you out, and you spoke up at that point. I wonder, because you not at that point on the internet or nothing like that. So what he was hearing on the streets made him or guilty conscience made him bring your name up on the internet. Talking about show it.
No, I mean, you know how the shit went, homie. Really, you know, Whack 100 said some shit. And he responded to Whack, homie. And he should have just stayed responding to Whack and left me out of it. You know what I mean? So he made it seem like me and Whack was in cahoots on some shit. You know, so when he blurted this shit out, you know, I don't give a fuck, Whack, FG, like you put us together, homie, and I don't even know the dude. You know what I mean? You know, we ain't never met or nothing like that. I mean, you know, of course I know who he is and all that, but you know what I mean? You put it together like it was me and him, homie. We had nothing to do with each other.
I'm like this, Whack 100. Everybody you got paperwork on everybody. You this and that, man. Stop talking to me. Be about whatever you talking about. I mean, if you feel you got it, if Whack FG, Whack whatever, man, y'all want to talk to me? Come holler at me. Come holler at me. I ain't running from none of y'all. Say what you want to say. I don't know Whack 100 from jack shit. I don't know him from jack shit. He don't know me. So all that shit he talking, man, do you. You know what I'm saying? But if you got anything on me, man, I wish you just go on and put it on the table and just let's talk about it.
But you know, niggas speak on my name, homie. I ain't ducking no wreck. I just doing what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? And then let's be clear, Munchie B, you know, motherfuckers don't know what a motherfucker out here doing in the street. So when motherfuckers mention a motherfucker name on certain shit, it bring a spotlight on them. You know what I mean? Right. You know, sometimes a spotlight that some dudes don't want. You know what I mean? You know, I didn't have no problem with it because I was, you know, you mentioned me on the internet, homie. I'm gonna come back for you on the internet. You know what I mean? But to be honest with you, homie, I wouldn't have never even, you know what I mean? I'd have kept it what it was. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, because bomb to know what it is. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you know what I mean, homie? You know, but I'm going to be honest with you, still was a lot of people that didn't think I thought I was bullshit. You know what I mean? There's still some people out there that like, nah, he didn't do that. And when Timmy came out with his shit, homie, I had to laugh because I'm like, for all the few people that was like, thought I was lying or something, telling you, homie, what's somebody gonna get up and lie on this nigga for? This nigga's a whole rat, homie. You tell on your brother, homie? Get on the motherfucker stand on your brother? Nigga, that's a super rat, my nigga.
That's cold.
Yeah, that's something special, hey, homie. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's what he chose to do. Munchie, he ain't the only one. The rest of them just ain't got outed yet. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? This shit is ugly out here right now with this snitching shit. So, you know, just be careful, homie. And you know what I mean? Watch
For
these
real.
motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
No, for
You
real,
know,
for real.
but don't think a motherfucker's feelings wasn't hurt, homie. Like, my feelings was fucked up just based on a homie told on me, a nigga that I fuck with, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't no random nigga. It wasn't no, I'm talking about a dude who I never thought would do that. They did it, homie, and they will do it again. So, you know, right now, they just got him up. I'm scared to fuck with anybody now. You know how I go. You know what I mean?
Hey man, best thing to do is square it up, and you on the bikes, and you know what I'm saying, you living your best life now, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, no doubt, but you still gonna keep it gangster because you still are who you are. You know what I
Right,
mean? You
right.
know, don't get me wrong. We on this bike set, homie, but this bike set, homie, you running into all kind of motherfuckers. You know what I mean? From
Mm-hmm.
every hood, from every set, homie, and hopefully it's just a maturity between. But it still be some. You know what I mean? I mean, this motherfuckers come up to you, you know, all the time, homie. Oh, hey, where you from, homie? Homie, I'm from Paru. I mean, you know what I mean? They ain't out here banging and jumping out of cars, but you can't deny where we from. We members, homie.
Yeah,
You
we
know
is
what I
who
mean?
we is. We
You
already
know, we
are.
is who, yeah. So, you know, like I said, I ain't out here trying to be no gang banger or nothing like that, homie. But I can't never, you know, I ain't gonna never turn down motherfucker ask me where I'm from, homie. You know what I mean? You know, that's something we gotta live with. You know what I mean? The motherfucker might not even be tripping, but I ain't gonna never say, you know, oh, I ain't from nowhere. You know, you come on,
Oh
homie,
yeah.
we don't do that. Yeah,
Oh
we don't
yeah.
do that, homie. So, but other than that, yeah, homie, I appreciate you tapping in, man. But that's a slippery slope with that boy, homie. The world just seen the real with him. You know, for the ones that didn't believe it. You know what I mean? And
You
you know,
know
to
it's
get out there
crazy.
on you. What's that?
I think part two, what's his name? Art. I forget how to say his name, but
Yeah,
who
yeah,
Timmy
yeah,
Ru did the interview with? I
yeah.
believe part 2 or 3. Your name go come up though.
I'm gonna see, homie, because I was checking it out. First, I had some people sending it to me and shit, and I'm gonna see if he dude even mention it. You know what I mean? But we gonna check it out, homie. You know what I mean? But like, dude should be banned from everything, homie. He shouldn't be able to get on nothing. His words shouldn't be. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, for you to come on the motherfucking internet and say any motherfucking thing, homie, motherfuckers shouldn't even watch that shit.
Yeah, I don't
Like, you
click
know what I
on
mean? Yeah, you ain't got no motherfucker voice note to say nothing, homie. You know what I mean?
him.
You know, if you ain't getting on that motherfucker saying, man, you know, if you ain't doing an interview on how I went bad, you know, or something like that, you know, you shouldn't be on that motherfucker, homie. You know what I mean?
Real
You
deal.
know. Oh yeah, yeah.
Hey, no, man, but I appreciate you, man. I have to tap in and touch on that and shit. That be my biggest thing, man. These rats be separating people from their families. You know, so you gotta let the police do their
Shit.
jobs. And that's how I feel. That's me on that one.
Yo, no doubt, homie. Hey, so I'm out here in the biddy, homie. If you pop out, shit, holla at me.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be outside. I'm gonna hit you.
All right, homie, for sure.
Yep. All right, y'all. That was FG. The internet was introduced to FG, you know what I'm saying, when he brought the paperwork out on Streets and Scholars with Alex Alonso. Y'all go check that out. He had to set the record straight since he had mentioned his name. And I just wanted to touch on that real brief, man, because, you know, it seemed like snitching become a trend and they make it okay. You got YSL Woodies getting on the stand telling, making it comical, and then he getting 20 versus ones with all these bras like he did a good deed. Nigga, snitches is getting celebrated. You know what I mean? You got James McDonald's, he on Vlad and Bomb first, and he got a voice, and snitches shouldn't have a voice. They talked enough during their case or wherever they had going on. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? But that's what that was, man. I'm gonna keep it short. This is you know, Richard Hart, the dark side of it. You know what I mean? I want everybody to go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Morals Over Money 92. Mess with everybody on this Street TV channel, Latin affiliated, Facts Over Feelings, Rachel Hart, Streets and Scholars, everything under this umbrella. Go ahead, tap in on Tap Out. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Google, what else? iHeart, whatever follows. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you could click, man. We everywhere like air. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank FG for tapping in and out, tapping out. It's the Rich and Hard Podcast, Dark Side, and that's me. Whoa.